Thank you for coming by today to the Precious Metals Hub. Please support Rusty's Metals and our sponsors because 2014 is the year to prepare. We encourage you to comment and subscribe. De-dollarization has been in the news quite a bit, at least in the alternative news. Let me just show you. Here's a search on Google for all the results on de-dollarization. Of course, the top researcher is Zero Hedge. We have the Moscow Times, the Voice of Russia. Russia and China join forces in de-dollarization. Vladimir Putin and the de-dollarization of Russia and China. That's under globalresearch.ca. We got the IMF, which it says right here, and there's a little spliff. This paper provides a summary of the key policies that encourage de-dollarization. It focuses on cases in which la 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 la. So it sounds like the IMF doesn't want to use the dollar either, which is probably true. De-dollarization. We have the Economic Collapse blog, InfoWars, Investment Watch blog. Russia and China are now working together to organize. Worthy News, and I swear I went down. You can Voice of Russia, True News. None of these, of course, before it's news. Some more examples. We have some books for sale. La-ti-da. Silver Doctors, of course, it's on there. Now, what's missing? What's missing is the mainstream media. And if you are not awake by now to the corruption of this government, the Federal Reserve, how they can print their way to hiding the truth from your ears. I mean, I went through the first 30 results. Let's do one more. Not one from the mainstream media. Not one. Pretty peculiar, don't you think? I wanted to go over a quick review of SGTreport and his interview with Bix Weir yesterday. I guess Bix Weir was supposed to be on a History Channel broadcast, and they left him out because his information was just a little bit too I don't want to say unbelievable, but I want to say touchy. He went over the fact that the DTCC actually has taken ownership as a trustee, in other words, in such a way, of all municipal bonds, any financial transactions, anything. Mortgages, something like 99% of the mortgages. Something very scary is going on. They touched on the conspiracy of it. How the place where all the documents are held at the DTCC basement was flooded. And then shortly after it was flooded, it burnt. And for some reason, the basement vault wasn't waterproof because Hurricane Sandy came through and flooded it, and then 2 weeks after that, it burnt. So they're hiding something down there, and basically DTCC has some way taken ownership of all transactions. Either it's worldwide or just in the United States, but Bix Weir really hits it a home run on this one. If you have not heard this interview, you need to hear it first, because even the History Channel under the America's Book of Secrets would not play it. But according to Bix Weir, after a 3-hour interview about the DTCC and the shenanigans going on, Bix Weir said that everyone on the filming cast were really concerned about where their money was held. So please watch this video in a day already. It's already had 12,000 views, so well worth listening to, especially if you really want to get to the root of all evil in this country. Alright, so here we go with another recap. Today's trading is not over yet, but silver got slammed this morning. As I said in my last video, I was concerned that silver is just going to get smashed, and we'll probably see the 1850 numbers. But here's the thing. We hit those low numbers once, twice, 3 times. Anything below 1864 on this third try, we could break down to a much, much lower number. Like Harvey Morgan said, there is a derivatives problem in the COMEX market. They might just smash this thing for the one final try before it collapses. I just don't know. It really doesn't look good from here. They can always turn it around, whatever. Here we have the last support right here, this double bottom on a weekly chart. I'm always on this weekly chart, so here's a tweezer bottom, double bottom, candles. I think if we break this spot, to me that looks like the last line of support until we get to 1870. If we break 1870 or this last low here, 1864, we can see a lot lower. We can go down to 1730, and that would be the next line of support over here. So be prepared. They might just sell this last gung-ho and print a whole bunch of contracts so they can cover their shorts down here, and then we can have a quick recovery. I guess the silver fix is going to be over in August, so we got quite a ways here before they give up on the manipulation. But before they go, I bet you they just give us a one heave-ho, and heck, I wouldn't throw it past them to get us down to 15 or so. But it doesn't look good. Just finger on the trigger. Keep buying, keep stacking. You don't have to buy it all at once. You don't have to find the bottom. You don't have to find the top. Just keep buying as you go. Here we have gold weekly chart. And again, the gold is completing its reverse head and shoulders, or upside down head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it, pattern. You can see it. Here's left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and then it's making its last gung-ho. Now these things can fall apart, but traditionally the probability is when it makes a pattern like this, it's a bottom pattern. Patterns like this take 3 to 6 months, la-di-da. It's intermediate to long-term pattern completion. So I mean, this thing can go on for a few more months before it completes this bottom, it looks like to me, or who knows. But if you can see that pattern, you can look up on the internet what kind of bullish properties this has. But like I stated before, it needs to complete this pattern before it can move on to the next step. And obviously today it got crushed. And the thing is that is concerning is it went past this low, and it's making another low within this last turn in the right shoulder. So it's a weekly chart. It is only Tuesday. It is a short week. But what I am looking for right here is this weekly candle to show up and look like this one, where it hit a bottom and then moved all the way up and made a hammer. These hammers are knocking out the bottom. This one is an indecision, knocking out bottoms, indecisions. It looks good to me, but who knows? That's why I like weekly charts, because I need this one to go all the way up here, move past its opening, or it doesn't have to move past its opening. It can close at the opening of the week, or just below it, or better yet, just above it. Close on a high for the week is what I want. So this can go as low as it wants, as long as the end of the week it closes and makes a green little candle like this one. Make a perfect hammer. And that way we can see that maybe gold has finally reached the bottom. But the reverse head and shoulders on this is perfect. And the length of the pattern completion is perfect. It's in the 5-month range right now. 6 month. You know, nothing's set in stone, but this looks pretty good for a bullish entry. By the end of this week, we'll see how this week closes. If we can get a hammer out of this thing, closing all the way up here, making a little tiny green candle on the top, knocking out that bottom, could have a long-term bullish buy signal, and that looks pretty nice. And I want to thank you for coming by today. I'm going to try to do a video every single day. When you think of Rusty's Metals, the Precious Metals Hub, think of gold and silver purchases from J-On Bullion, SD Bullion, Euro Pacific Capital from Peter Schiff, American Bullion Review, Perpetual Assets, and Regal Assets. Regal Assets is perfect for your tax-free IRA transfers. So check them out. Like I said, really appreciate you coming by. Trying to do this every single day.